Yeah, you know with KD and Laughing Stock, niggas got that voice. In this crazy world, we gotta make a choice. They say our logic's switchy, but we're making noise from the top of the charts. Here the people rejoice. Stop being buck munchers, just get swishy with us. Join the laughter wave, make a fuss. Stop being buck munchers, just get swishy with us. Join the laughter wave, make a fuss.
And we are live.
We are.
Hello, everybody out there. I am your comedic babyface and everybody's favourite laughing stock and has a giant penis up his butt, KD Hinken.
I was gonna argue with that, but nicely saved.
Thank you. I'm joined as always by my comedy cohort,
Yeah.
my tag team partner in this life of comedy. I was going to say in life, but that made it seem like
That
we
makes
were
it seem a little bit more
the partners.
like my cock was the one involved, but that is not the case.
We are talking about lonely hearts and people that found themselves today, but
Yeah.
not them kind of ones.
not that.
Although,
Yeah.
like us, they are killing it. Aha! Murder men.
Ah.
Tell him your name.
My name's Nathan.
Nathan.
Parish. Like the church on a little hill, surrounded by cows.
I don't think that's the only. I don't think that's the.
That's what I think of when I think of a parish. You know?
I suppose, yeah.
You know?
It's like a
You think
really
it's somewhere in the
end-out-
Cotswolds. There's a vicar walking up a lawn. You know, there's some people waiting at the entrance to give him a damn tart because they want to get on God's good side, and they think the way to do that is by buttering up a vicar.
waiting on the lawn.
yeah, bro.
I've never
Yeah.
called something a lawn.
Yeah, it's like that bit in
like
Mitchell
how
and
you don't-
Weblook.
What?
It's like a bit in Mitchell and Weblook, where it's like they go like stifle of art in a chintzy cushion. We sit down and watch a video of vicars walking across lawns.
The fuck?
It's like the ultimate Sunday relaxation video or something.
Nice.
You've just eaten a giant roast dinner. It's time to sit down, stifle a fart in a chintzy cushion, etc. as it goes on.
And what's a vicar? A stifle of fart. I didn't
Yeah.
quite understand what you said.
You know, stifle a fart in a chintzy cushion. You know what a chintzy cushion is like? There's one of those little ones.
I've not got a clue.
Yeah.
You said a lot of words there.
Yeah.
People in Birmingham have probably never heard before.
I guarantee you in Solihull they have.
No, that's not Birmingham.
That's what they say, but
Well, they like to think it's not Birmingham.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
still-
they have a
but-
different council. It has its own council, so...
yeah, but guys, everyone else in the world, no one else is making that distinction. They're more willing to make that distinction for Dudley than they are for fucking Solihull.
Oh, Dudley's not
Yeah.
Birmingham either.
Exactly, but Dudley's definitely not Birmingham. Solihull is basically fucking Birmingham. There's no delineation. There's no like gap between where Birmingham starts and fucking Solihull starts. It's
It
just
kind of
fucking
is.
road.
When you do go past the sign, it says now into Solihull.
Yeah,
I used to like chill right by it. And they have different
you can
bin men.
put signs for whatever you fucking want. Everyone knows.
Yeah,
If
it's
you're going-
it's another country.
It's like Warwick, Leamington, and Coventry. Guys, come on, pick a name and just go with it. You're all basically on top of each other.
Coventry doesn't really feel like another city.
No,
It feels like it should be part of Birmingham, but it's not.
exactly. And Solihull's in the middle of it, so point proven.
But it's not, though. I said it feels like it should be, but it's not. That doesn't mean anything anyway. The Vatican's in the middle of Rome.
To be fair, it is crazy. There's like, you go Warwick, Leamington, Coventry, fucking Solihull, Birmingham. It's just like a big chain of city. It's fucking crazy, man.
But they do have their own separate bin men
That's true.
that actually separate their stuff and they just throw it all in the same bin here, like they do.
Yeah.
In Birmingham, they're just like, recycling goes with rubbish.
It's
Think.
the cheapest, isn't it? Cheapest people don't do that cycling shit. They just fucking throw it in. You can either have the cheap people who just throw it in, or you can have the expensive people who send around 3 different fucking bins every fucking...
As I said, the people do take it out, like,
Yeah.
and like to be recycled. It's just they chuck it all in the same
thing anyway.
truck.
Yeah.
It means nothing. I've literally watched them do it now. I'm like, okay, literally no point then.
Yeah.
And I've spoken to people that work on Birmingham one because I knew a few of them from like back in school,
Yeah.
and just hearing the difference between that and the Solihull one. When I used to work at the Solihull one,
Yeah.
very, very different. My long established job there lasted a whole week.
That's a time. That is a length of time.
Barely.
Yeah.
It was really not.
It's a short of time. If anything.
It's actually a really fun job. It's just getting up super early isn't that fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't then, probably because I'd always get the headaches and stuff then, you know, so it
Yeah.
affected everything. Getting up too early, I'd get headaches all the time. Now I feel like I could do it because, like, you know, bad man actually managed to get his headaches under control. I think
It's pretty good.
boom jacka shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka.
Exactly. But today we are going to be talking about serial killers or killers in general that manage to find each other, manage to find love, manage to, you know, what they did afterwards.
Isn't that nice for them?
Everything based around that. I mean, I don't even know why I thought about this originally. I think it might have been a Fred West documentary I was watching that made me think about this originally.
I mean, that would kick you off.
Yeah, because I do remember it was something that made me think, yo, there's actually quite a lot of
Murder couples.
murder couples.
Yep.
Just, I mean,
Reoccurring issue.
I mean, especially, you know, like, we think it like, you know, for the known ones, there's a lot of names I'll say later that you'll be like, yeah, I remember that name. And then I specifically search for some lesser known ones and there's still plenty. Like, surprising. It is quite surprising how many.
I mean, it must be fucking amazing if you're a fucking murderer and then you find out, oh, actually, my wife's a murderer too. Oh, I knew we had so much in common.
I don't think it's like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith thing where they were both separately doing it.
I think that's probably how a lot of it does start, you know.
Oh, maybe. Or
at least one of them shows an interest in it and is like,
yeah.
well, how do you do it? Rather than being like, oh my God, you know?
Maybe, yeah, I suppose, because it is weird to think how would you get that initial.
How do you broach that topic? How do you be like, you know what, love? For the last 15 years, I've been casually murdering people at night.
And she's just like, why didn't you include me in your hobby?
Yeah. I want to be part of everything.
That'll be about. Yeah, there's going to be some of that, like some of like, you know, essentially the one dominant partner.
Yeah.
And the other one just like, oh, I just want to make you happy. Well, you the crazy shit.
That's not acceptable. That's not a level you should ever go to make someone happy.
No. Some people try to argue, you know, like that's like grooming kind of mentality, because when it happens to like say, there was a story that I saw of like this couple that kidnapped a kid, but then the kid like was kind of culpable in some of the crimes over like the next like half a year or something.
Yeah.
She was with them, but it's like, well, how culpable can they be if they're kind of like, you know, kidnapped and
if you don't do this, we're gonna hurt you.
yeah.
All right, then I'll do it, I guess, until I get an opportunity to escape.
That's the thing is, some of them will argue that because she had opportunity to escape, but she didn't.
Yeah, but did she know that?
She knew that, but she was under the impression, because she was young, she was under it as well. She was under the impression if I escape and they catch me, they'll kill me.
Yeah,
And
true.
I think as I
You are-
thought
you're gonna
family was alive still.
Yeah, if you're going to try and escape, you're going to have to try and escape at a moment where you're certain you can escape.
But I think she thought that she didn't know her family was already dead. I might be conflating two stories here, actually.
Right.
Yeah, the one was family's already
Wouldn't
dead,
be
but they
first.
didn't know, and he was like, if you do anything or try to escape, I'll kill your family,
Right.
kind of thing. But then
See,
there's-
that's bullshit. That you can't fucking knowingly kill the family and then threaten with it. That's a low.
oh, it's low, isn't it? Yeah,
That's
yeah.
low.
That's the main issue.
Yeah, that is the main issue I have with that. Is like, come on,
It's a bit low.
but that's a bit much. Tone it down a touch. But
Yeah. That I agree. It's the only issue you
that's
have.
the only issue I've got with the way that was handled.
Right, let's before we get into all that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
let's go into
just so we can tap into it. By the way,
yeah. Go into a few little news bit.
merch
Take the segment in the news, whatever you want to call it.
in the nude.
In the news. In the nude. I don't want to do it in the nude. That would,
It's
yeah.
time for another news hit.
What? News hit.
News hit. That's
like
one
that,
way to do it.
okay.
Yeah.
So you'd already seen some of this, which surprised me. This was a wrestling story that has permeated the mainstream.
It has, because it's fucking serious.
Yeah, well, I don't even say that it would be a wrestling story, really, but
It's an assault story.
it definitely is.
Yeah, it's a fucking violent assault that happened, just so happened in a fucking wrestling ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, first of all, do you know who that person was?
Mm.
The son of Rampage Jackson?
Yeah, so the son of Rampage Jackson,
Raja Jackson.
yeah, who
Weird
is an ex-veteran, or not a veteran.
No, he's not.
Apparently, I thought he was.
No, he was the guy that got beaten up as a veteran.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a crappy cage fighter who's had got an 0-1 record. He got concussed in his fight, which wasn't that long ago.
Okay, so this guy's a just completely irreconcilable piece of shit.
100%.
He's invited into a ring to do a wrestling thing with some people.
I mean, to be fair, man, I suppose we should kind of start it earlier because, see, I just go on to thinking his pops will straight away.
Right, yeah.
So there's some of the story that hasn't been covered about like how it happened and why it happened and stuff. The thing is, that guy, Raja Jackson, obviously you can kind of get from what we're saying is that he attacks him in the ring.
Yeah.
But we'll see how he got to that as well, though.
Yeah.
Because
there was some stuff that happened beforehand, but certainly not enough stuff that warranted that.
He was streaming the whole thing.
Yeah.
Raja was. He was streaming the whole day. And what I think would be the repercussions from this as well. And it'd be interesting to see if you agree. But let's have a look then. So I know I've got it on here. I might be able to just find it on the history, actually. Because when we was talking about it the other day, like, me and my mates were just sending stuff back and forward to try and figure out what it was going on with it initially, you know. And I got a lot of the details from that, so, you know, it might be easier to, actually, I think it's going to be easier to go the other way for this. I'll load up the WhatsApp, here we go. God. Very hard to do with a scroller. That's too far.
Bear with us.
Trying to do without them seeing my friend's racism as well.
I think it was there, yeah.
Yeah, but not the. There you go. Okay. Which is a bit I want to see first. Look at that one. Okay. Oh,
of course.
taken off. Well, yeah, that's why. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good at them. Raja Beer Can. So this is how it started. Okay. So he's still here, just not on the official one.
Did you notice that?
So these are the two guys here that were involved in it.
Yeah.
That there is Raja Jackson, and him there, the big guy. His name is Psycho Stu, as it says down here. I forget his real name now. He's an army veteran, which makes it all worse, really. Yeah. But basically, what it seems to have happened was this is the beginning of the show. Well, before the show started, and the wrestler Psycho Stu, thought that guy was another wrestler.
Right.
And he did this.
He was throwing a beer can at Raja's head. No wonder Raja didn't.
So, it was, that was way too fast. I don't know why that was so quick.
Yeah.
If you know.
On August 23rd.
Oh, okay. There's going to be a lot of this now, isn't there, where you don't really get to see the proper thing. They're taking it off, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just...
We get the idea. He hit him with the can.
He hit him with the can, but in a work way. Didn't hurt him at all.
Kayfabe.
That's not really how you use kayfabe.
No, but you know what I mean.
It was worked.
Yeah.
It was a worked.
It was a thing that they were doing to sort of promote the show in a way, to do a sort of bit of...
Well, this was like in private, this bit.
Obviously, those cameras are running.
Yeah, the cameras were there. I don't even know if he knew for sure, because this would just be a guy walking around with a phone, But he just did that at the beginning, like just as joke, and then basically afterwards, when he realised, he just stood there after he hit him with the beer can, like just kind of like, yo, what are you doing? And getting a bit in his face. But then you cut to another clip about, I don't know how much longer after this, and they're apologising. He's like, oh, I'm really sorry, man. I thought you were a wrestler. That's why I said you're not going to sell it. And they're like shaking hands and apologise to each other. And then the apparently what happened after that is off camera. The people that put this show together, the promotion, it's Knox Wrestling, Knox Pro. The people that put it together are Rikishi and Gangrel. People that watch wrestling will know those names from the Attitude Era. Rikishi and Gangrel, and they agreed to have him come in, or one of the agents agreed to let that guy come in and do a revenge spot on the show. Probably because then maybe they realised by then that it had gone, that it was streaming. So they were like, oh yeah, let's make this into something.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And then for some reason, the guy was getting egged on as well by all his friends during the stream. This is hours later now. They had that apology and all that. Then hours later is the point where he's supposed to jump in the ring. And I don't even want to show this bit because it's brutal, man.
Yeah.
He just gets in all casually, picks the guy up, and you could tell when he picked the guy up, I was like, oh, this is a work, because he wasn't struggling or anything, and the other wrestler didn't jump in to stop him straight away. I was like, oh, okay, this is an agreed upon thing. And then he slammed him down, just like Rampage Jackson won his one fight in, like famously won his fight by doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And then mounts him, and do you know how many times he hit him?
No.
21 times. 21, like, big swing. I mean, the guy was like
Unconscious pretty quick, yeah.
He was unconscious when they slam.
Yeah.
Literally every single punch he was unconscious for. And there wasn't a single punch that he was able to defend. It took way too long for the wrestlers to jump in.
Yeah.
Back in the day, if that would have happened, as soon as somebody was taking liberties with a wrestler, every other wrestler would
Just jump in.
jump them, like, and hurt them, you know. In the safe places like wrestlers do, like, you can beat the crap out of them, but you're not going to really hurt them.
Yeah.
Like, you know. Yeah, and this guy's like, he was like bleeding like through his different orifices. Apparently he's back with his family now, they're at home.
Yeah, but fuck.
We've got to see whether he had brain damage. He's got some facial fractures and stuff, you know. I imagine like orbital bone and whatnot. This guy's punches, though, you know, like, he was missing some of them with a guy completely flat out. That's how crap a fight he is, like, in the sense that, you know, he's had one fight and he got beaten down in it. And they're talking about, like, you know, well, he shouldn't have hit him in the head if he recently got concussed. Like, well, he didn't know that. And if you're going to be in those areas, like, he shouldn't have been backstage with all the wrestlers, really. Like, well, I can't imagine, like, you know, why they would have invited him in to begin with. Because it's not like a big streamer or anything. Yeah. And you can even hear his dad on it, being like, oh, why you at that fake oil wrestling stuff? Some shit like that, you know, people goading him on.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to decide now, me and my twin side, what would this be classed as? You can see them just doing it as assault. Should it be attempted murder?
I don't think you can do that. I think it's one of those ones where if you try and go for attempted murder, you can't prove it, and therefore you damage the effectiveness of your overall.
Well, I mean, you say that, but in that case, then you could never go for attempted murder.
Oh,
they do
yeah, there are some where you definitely...
You can do, like, 2 charges at once as well in some of the states. I don't know which one works.
If you do something that is, like, quite clearly trying to kill someone, like trying to run them with a car, like trying to shoot them, trying to stab them.
Bear in mind, he's supposed to be a trained person as well.
I get that, but ultimately, this can definitely be called assault, and he can definitely do time for assault.
Because of the wrestling ring as well.
And this isn't just sort of standard assault, this is grievous bodily harm.
That always muddies the water, though, when it's wrestling as well involved. Because a lot of these judges still have this idea that it's fake and all.
Yeah, but that's a different thing. That's quite clearly a different thing.
I've seen a lot of stuff, like, arguably worse than this that didn't end up in prison time.
Fair.
Like the New Jack when he like almost made that kid die in the ring. Made him lose so much blood, like cut up his head basically, so he just lost ridiculous amount of blood, and he was only 17.
Jesus.
He told him he was 18, but
yeah.
It muddies the water with wrestling for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, so this is like all over the internet now, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's become basically, you know, common knowledge.
WWE have severed ties with that promotion.
I'm not surprised.
I like how everyone's saying WWE severed ties with Raja promotion. The promotion wasn't anything to do with Raja.
Yeah.
Who's there?
So that's just the thing that they can use to get HA in,
exactly.
You know.
Everyone knows what it means straight away.
Yeah.
Especially now. This is the most his name's probably ever been out there.
Yeah.
For the wrong reasons.
All of the wrong reasons.
Oh, God. I can't even imagine, like... well, actually, I think I've heard Rampage Jackson say he was, like, disappointed and stuff. Oh, that's the thing. There was somebody talking to him afterwards, Raja, about it. And the guy that was talking to him told him on a video still, because still streaming, told him that, he's still in the ring, it's flatlined. Well, you had it, no, but when he told him he thought he'd flatlined, this guy, and his response, Raja's, was, oh, my bad. Literally the response, my bad.
Fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Fucking piece of shit, man.
I hope he gets, like, done for it properly, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does it. And unfortunately, as well, he got the money too.
Yeah.
Like, I imagine his dad's got plenty of money, you know.
But no one's ever going to want to fucking, like, say goodbye to any career you had, man.
Yeah.
No one's going to want to touch you with a fucking barge pole.
Well, saying that, though, actually, one person might want to have, like, one match with him, maybe, just to
teach him a lesson.
give him some payback.
That'd be all right. I wouldn't mind watching that.
See a wrestler just fucking attack him.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him go and try that with, like, Brock Lesnar or something.
I'd like him to try and do it in a fucking UFC ring and see what the fuck happens.
Well, he already did try and do it once and he got
exactly.
got concussed.
Yeah. I'd like to see him get double fucking concussed.
Yeah, prick fun.
Rick.
It was just one of them ones, like, it was hard for me to joke about it at first, just because of the wrestling stuff, you know, like...
Yeah, it's just, there's no good side to this story. It's just fucking, it's horrible, no?
Hopefully the good side in the long run will be that he gets done for this,
Yeah.
or beaten down, or something negative.
He's gonna, it's at the very least, his career's over. Whatever career it was, it's over.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it might have been over when they're looking at his punches.
Yeah.
He's
going to be invited on podcasts. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not going to fucking.
Well, some people will.
Gym fucking stuff.
Some people will invite.
Some people invite him up
for a bit.
Yeah, for a
little
little
time.
Bit. Yeah.
But that notoriety ain't going to last forever.
No.
And even while it does, there's still only going to be a small portion of people that would have him on anyway.
Yeah.
The people that like having, like, you know.
The controversial.
Yeah, like that name comes to mind straight away, like that Adam 22.
Yeah.
That No Jumper podcast, I think it is. And like, wouldn't be surprised to see him on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
He's black as well, so they'll defend him.
Yeah.
That's the thing they do on there.
I've never seen that, so.
They're extremely racist.
Oh.
Oh, it's just one of them, you know, like, white people can't do anything right. You always, like, that racism isn't quite so bad because a lot of it isn't serious or from a really bad place.
Yeah.
Some of them it is.
Yeah.
But not as regularly.
Yeah.
You know. It's just more like, cracker.
Yeah. Anyone's a cracker.
I admit we are not as cool.
We are. It's true.
We're not, I mean.
We aren't, yeah.
Yeah, oh, we aren't, okay, yeah. I grew up wanting to be a black person. I consider myself transracial.
Right, okay. I wouldn't go doing that if I were you.
Go doing it?
Yeah. Someone else tried it.
Oh, yeah, you're a woman.
There was a woman and a guy as well who declared that he was fucking transracial and he was South Korean.
Oh,
yeah. And that British dude who was a dick.
I do vaguely remember it. I remember the woman more. Because didn't she also do like a lot of fake tan to do it? It's like
she ended up as fucking part of the sort of big like charity to do with black like representation and stuff as well.
Oh, you paid.
And then they were like, hang on.
Oh, by accident.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they look back in her stuff. It's like, both of your parents are white as shit. Here's you, white as shit. What have you been doing?
That's great. I mean, surely though, even if you're white, you should be able to still, like, you know, put black people on a pedestal if you want.
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Well, yeah.
I mean, all I ever meant, like, just 'cause growing up and I liked, like, black comedy, my thing. You know,
Oh, yeah, Chris Rock was one of the first DVDs I bought. That was so good.
It's more the films for me, but stand up too, like just and like my music as well was a lot of that.
Was one like everyone talked about Eddie Murphy, but I sort of went past Eddie Murphy and went straight to Richard Pryor instead. I love Richard Pryor.
Once again, I know him more for films, really.
Yeah, I mean his stand-up's fucking fantastic, to be honest. Like he's one of those guys who just sort of, it's very natural the way he's talking about it. Like the jokes just happen out of him having a conversation with you, basically.
Yeah.
Which is always this kind of thing that I've tried to sort of emulate with my own stuff to a certain extent. I don't like doing the sort of set up punchline, you know.
Yeah, I do consider that kind of comedy. I mean, taking away the fact that for me personally, it's so hard to remember all of them. Like the memory issues, like, I don't understand. Like Jimmy Carr doing like an hour and a half. Like,
Just
how
am
that?
Fuck, do you remember that shit? Hang on, I gotta sort this out.
It feels like there's just like a mass of like words that you would have to remember. The idea of picturing that in my head, but you'd have to remember, it just hurts me.
Yeah,
it hurts me mentally.
Yeah, I have a respect for it, but it's never been the kind of thing that I've sort of leapt to, you know.
Yeah, I would respect it. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I like the other way, like you're saying as well, like the more like just talking and then like figuring out. Well, you kind of know where you're going, but it sounds like you're just talking.
Yeah,
you know where you're going, but a lot of time you don't always like. I always feel like you shouldn't focus too much on the connecting bits either. Just know where you're going.
Yeah, I've found that at one point when I was doing a gig back in the day, I had this set that I'd been doing this sort of one way for ages. It was the one about the drugs and the extreme sports and shit. And somehow in the middle of one of the gigs, I think it was like for Ian, what's his face? Ian up north, whatever.
Ian up north.
Yeah, I can't remember his fucking last name now.
What kind of person are we going to be?
Ex-drug addict guy.
Ian Watkins?
Was it Watkins?
I mean, he's also the one that used to be in Steps, and he also used to be in Lost Fox.
No, this is a comedian. This is a comedian who was doing that. Not that guy, no.
Oh. Do you know the drugs?
Anyway, like regardless, I was doing a gig at this place, and I'd sort of...
Oh, you were doing the gig? Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
I'd skipped over a bit of what I was doing, like, normally. And I was like, oh, shit, how the fuck do I do this? I fucked it up. I'm not going to be able to get it back in. But I actually managed, in my head, mid-set, to go like, oh, actually, I could slip that bit in there, and I can do that bit, and then I can come out of that bit and back into this bit, and then I can finish.
Yeah.
And I was quite happy that I managed to do that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying completely.
Has that not got any connection?
I don't know why he keeps doing that. He keeps saying he's dropping frames. I've redone the internet since.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's actually doing.
Well, we've got the recording even if it's not working, so...
Yeah, exactly.
That's all right.
Like, you seem to be doing stuff still, so...
Yeah.
God knows.
It's only dropping 50% of the frames.
Is that actually what he's trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, is it though?
Yeah, look, dropped frames, 51.1.
Yeah, how am I going to fix that though? You reckon, like...
It's just that there's something happening with the internet. It's fine, it will sort itself out.
I even connected the other internet though. Because it was, it was on the other Wi-Fi that's a bit dodgy.
Oh, yeah.
First one. It was on that at first, and then I connected to this one. So I don't know why it's still doing it.
Are you going through Wi-Fi? Or are you going through the Ethernet cable?
No, I can't do the Ethernet on this.
Oh, this thing doesn't have a good wireless card on it.
I got a dongle in there.
Oh, do you? Oh, that's fine then.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I didn't, then it would have
yeah.
What is Wi-Fi 1? Says disconnecting in general now. I mean, it said that before, and then it kept going though.
Yeah, but it's showing no internet now.
Yeah. Oh, the internet's actually gone. That's why. God, did I turn it off back to me though? Maybe I turned it off back to that.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's all right. Let's try that.
It might sort it out though.
There we go. Oh, that is better. That's a higher amount. There we go. We're back. We figured it out.
Oh, that is going.
We did a little bit of a refresh of the internet.
There we go.
And now we're back and rocking.
There we-
Feel good about that.
Yeah, that's
That
oh,
feels
that'd
like
be
a little victory.
banging. Yeah,
That
yeah.
feels like I feel a bit bouncy from that. I feel a bit happy.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. I'm going to
Yeah.
make a note of that for the thingies on in case it's crap up until then, you know.
Yeah. Literally 30 minutes in.
Yeah. Back.
Nice and easy.
Yeah. Internet fix.
But we are once again back in the Squishy Studios.
Let's do a little bit of our topic for today because I actually got a little bit of a topic today rather than just completely freeballing it.
Free
Because I said
balling.
I suppose that's not what you're doing when you're in a killer couple, though. You're not
No.
freeballing it. You're each cupping each other's balls and protecting them,
Yeah.
making sure they don't clang on each other as you walk. Imagine metal
A
balls.
deep, soulful connection of the balls, if you will.
Symbiotic.
Symbiotic bullshit.
It's surprising how many killer couples there are. Like, it's
Yeah.
so prevalent. Like, it's really surprising how
It's more than you'd expect.
a lot more, and like not even just the known ones, like there's so many random ones as well. And then you like, even if you don't look at like both of them as being like criminals, if they're not both killers,
Yeah.
there's a whole nother level then of like people,
who just enable.
well, just people who not even that, like people who just want to marry people that are known killers, like even if they're in prison for that.
Oh, that's definitely a thing. There's people who actively go out of their way to find the people with the most hideous things they've done. There's definite thing. Like, I know it's a stereotype, but women like to fix a man. You know,
I don't
some,
know.
not all women.
I don't
but,
think these women are.
oh,
mean, that's the op-
I think with a lot of it as well. Some of it's like, oh, I reckon I can fix him.
I don't know, man. I reckon it's just a lot of liking the bad guy.
It could be that.
Like, I feel like there's levels of being able to fix someone, and
That's definitely a bad one.
yeah, I just can't see anybody having the frame of mind that they want to fix someone, being able to go that far
Yeah.
from nothing as well. Like, you know, because you have to go out of your way to meet them to begin with,
Yeah.
which is the weirdest part. Like, you know, because they get like fan mail and shit. You ever seen that? Yeah, there's the amount of letters they get from like women and stuff when they're a known murderer.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Women get wet for that shit, man.
I'm so tired.
I mean, I
I'm
think
so tired.
it's also as well like there's the whole like hunter gatherer thing, like the strongest, like the apex predator. It all comes into it.
Yeah, I think definitely. I mean, there's a reason why people want to keep tigers, you know, and it's similar to that. There is something similar to that because it's
Yeah,
like they
yeah.
can kill you, but like you're sort of giving yourself over to the risk of that, you know. And I think
I think
I can kind of understand why someone might find that erotic. If they're sort of that kind of mentality, if they're like a really
Yeah.
like submissive kind of person.
yeah. I
Yeah.
suppose that's what it would need to be.
Yeah.
It makes sense more so when you meet them, like, you know, when they're already out. For example, like, you know, the first one we can look at, which is the one that made me go down this route originally,
Yeah.
was Fred and Rose West.
Yeah.
So they were like, what was their actual date when they're doing it? I believe it was like the 60s when they started, but let me have a look see because I'm pretty sure I got it on here. 1960s to the 1990s.
The Moors murders.
What? No, that's not them.
Oh, that's Ian Brady and Mike.
Yeah. We'll get to that. They
I get mixed up because they're fucking both in the 1960s.
Yeah. There's a lot of like, obviously like the 70s, the 80s and all that. Some people seem to think now that serial killers aren't as prevalent. I personally don't believe that. I just think because people are more educated on them, that they're hidden more. But people still have this idea that a serial killer doesn't change his MO.
Yeah, but if anything, like a modern serial killer definitely would.
Yeah. And ones that we've seen and learned about and caught did exactly that.
And they could even do like a list of ways that they've always thought would be interesting, you know? Just sort of tick them off as they go along.
Well, it's like that ninja killer guy that we looked at that killed people dependent on the film that he based it all on.
Oh, yeah.
Like, people died in the film this way, so his first murder took place in a similar way.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
But he was a
you can't-
dumbass.
Huh?
He was a dumbass.
Yeah, well,
Like, he was a fucking true idiot, that guy.
but these like Fred and Rose Western, they were like one of the more I don't want to say successful.
Yeah, I was about to say, you don't want to say successful, but that,
successful.
for what they were aiming for, it's like Hitler. Very successful.
Yeah.
Like, you can argue with how good the results were, but he
Yeah,
managed to do a lot of what he planned on doing.
Yeah. You can argue like whether we should have done it,
Yeah,
but
but he did do it.
productivity wise, well done. You know, well, productivity wise.
Yeah. For having a list of goals and achieving, that is a very, very impressive thing you've done. Jesus Christ.
I agree wholeheartedly. Then you can have the other one, by the way, if you.
Oh, I might well do. I need to keep my energy up.
I would RPG this, but I need to do the same. So
That's fair.
I think though, you know, we talk about having to keep our energy up while cycling legal green
CBD.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, the ethical CBD even that like does the same thing. So, you know. But anyway, yeah, like Fred and Rose West, like
Mostly just because I didn't sleep well, though.
yeah, that's what it. To be fair, that's what it was for me.
Fucking suck at sleeping now.
I go through ups and downs, but I also don't really care that much. As far as I'm concerned, when you need to sleep, the body will make you sleep.
Yeah, I agree with that. The problem is that when you've got a job where you got to drive an hour there and back, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I don't drive, so
Yeah, I as soon as I can get a job that's closer and I can get there within like quarter of an hour, half an hour, that's going to be a different vibe, you know.
Okay, so I wanted to have a look at how many people they've killed.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll chat GPT is be easier. So I've seen it on stuff. I just didn't write it down or anything.
Yeah.
How many people did Fred and Rose West kill? Or to be fair, this is going to be debatable because I know there's the documentary I watched recently was all about trying to find the kills that they don't believe are based. You know, they think it's widely believed that Fred and Rose West have killed a lot more people than
They actually said, yeah.
Well, I think the one of them did say that they killed more. I think Fred was saying that it did kill a lot more, but in the end, you know, like the only ones that were attributed to them were the ones that were in their house.
Right.
Because they used to lure people to their house, do these weird like sex things with them, like keep them there for a few days and stuff, and then kill them and bury them under the house. It was in the crawl space and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there was apparently this one time it was something like 85 to 86, something like that, or 87, where they didn't kill at all, apparently.
Yeah.
There was like a 3-year period where they went from like killing a year to not killing any, apparently.
Right.
But at the same time, it was like agreed that like, you know, this one bit would have run out of space, and they also had this farm as well. That Fred eventually said, you know, there's all people buried there too. But the owners of that farm, they don't want it checked now. The owners that have it now, yeah.
What?
They followed his, like, you know, his directions to it and the landmarks you could see from the farm and stuff, you know. God knows what, I just couldn't give an address, but I don't know, in the 60s, I don't know, maybe that's not a thing.
I mean, maybe they just didn't know the address. To them, it was just a bit of field,
Yeah.
you know.
But the amount that they managed to do, and it seems like at the very least, the amount that they did do, you know, see, at least 12 young women are confirmed to have been murdered, and most of the victims were buried at their home at 25 Cromwell Street in Gloucester.
Jesus.
Yeah. But Fred West had also admitted to killing others on his own, including his first wife, Rena Costello, and his stepdaughter, Charmaine. And they kind of just got together at one point. I remember this. I think she was married when they got together. She was with somebody else, and they killed him, or it's debated who actually killed him. You know, one of them. I'm sure they killed one of their daughters as well, or multiple. I know there was at least one.
Right.
Yes. Give me a timeline. Here's a timeline of known victims of Fred. Okay, so Anne McFall, a nanny for Fred's first wife, Rena Costello, who disappeared while pregnant. 1971, there was, okay, I'm not going to go through them all actually. 1971 was 2. 73, there was 2. 74, 1. 75, 1. And then look, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
They didn't do any. I must think it'd been the 70s or wrong then. People involved in Birmingham as well. They were all over the place as well. This is another thing as well, that even now to this day, they still have this idea that serial killers kill in a certain area. Some you listen to, like some coppers or investigators, whatever, will say that they kill in the area that they're most comfortable with.
Yeah, but the problem with that is...
Others say that they travel away.
The problem is as well, like, that's a very sort of, I think, American way of looking at it as well. Because, like, in America, the sort of hunting area, so to speak, would be an entire state.
Yeah.
Whilst in the UK, that's basically just the entire country. So why wouldn't they travel an hour and a half? You know? Like, why wouldn't they do that?
Yeah, there are plenty of places as well. Like, I don't think this is what your point was anyway, but there's plenty of like rural places still to like get rid of bodies in the UK. Yeah, there's just not as much space. So why wouldn't you travel? It's fair. Like, to get to like even to Scotland, you're talking like 4 hours, ain't you?
4 or 5, depending where
Yeah,
you're going. Yeah,
depending on like if you go. I'm guessing it's like 5 or 6 hours from like the bottom of the UK to the top of the UK.
it can be up to 8, to be fair.
Really?
Yeah.
Depending on the traffic and all that,
Yeah.
and because of the roads, I'm guessing are crap up there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but still, 8 hours to go at the furthest across the country possible. Compared to America, that's like going like one state to another, anything kind of thing.
Yeah. Did you ever see the Top Gear episode where he did from, what was it? Land's End, John O'Groats to Land's End, or Land's End to John O'Groats, I think it was. So from the bottom of the country all the way to the top of the country on one single tank on an 8
Yeah,
hour
they
day.
did actually.
It was like, shit, that's actually impressive.
And though at the same time, I've learned how much they scripted shit and
Yeah, so
shit.
they could well have just put some
Yeah.
extra in, yeah.
Look at this. So I just realised apparently they didn't kill anyone between 1979 and 1987.
I don't believe that for shit.
No, this is definitely going to be within the time where so she was buried in the garden, and then in 87, like so 8 years later,
They killed their own daughter. That's so fucking weird. Why?
there was something to do with I remember there was something to do with her behavioural stuff. It's like you're being brought up in a horrendous place.
Yeah.
And
By two genuine psychopaths.
obviously this was the daughter as well was the reason that he ended up getting caught, because people would like question her, first of all, the state, like of her when she was going to school, etc.
Yeah.
And then the fact that she disappeared.
Because people notice that shit. Someone stops being there.
Police have long suspected there to be more victims that were never found. We need that thingy dug up. There was a field where they found some more with like LiDAR, whatever it's called.
LiDAR, yeah.
LiDAR. They checked one cellar of this other place, but there wasn't any there. So it's not just like a bullshitty one, but everywhere they checked, they happened to find something.
Yeah.
Trevor McDonald was there, so if he's involved, there's some legitimacy to it.
Yeah. You can trust the old T. McD.
But he's, they are one of the most, and well, definitely in England anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how well known they might be in America. Does that make a difference, do you think? Because, do you know what I mean? Would Americans know English serial killers are prevalent? I reckon so, to be fair, still.
I think I have heard. I think I've heard Joe Rogan talk about them.
Really?
Yeah. So I think if you've heard Joe Rogan talk about it, there's a certain amount of people in America who are definitely at least vaguely aware.
Known widely in America. Fred and Rose West. Oh, yeah, okay, got one of them.
Damn, I'm really warm.
But the case is less widely known in the United States compared to figures like Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, or John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy.
Few crime feuds in the US are familiar. House of Horrors couple. I've never heard that one before. That was a bit cheap, but okay, yeah. So they are kind of known, but not as much then. So
I mean, serial killers are 10 a penny in America. That's the problem.
10 a penny.
Yeah, shitloads of them, mate.
Okay. I mean, that's only because it's a bigger piece of land.
That's true.
I mean, I would argue that serial killers are everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's just something that can happen when a certain mindset gets introduced to certain terrible things when they're young. It just sort of happens.
There seems to be all these different debatable factors as well. Like obviously, there's always the idea of nurture versus nature. First of all,
Yeah,
I don't believe nature really does it, or possibly a mixture of both.
Yeah, there does tend to be a touch of sort of either brain damage or having a really bad fever or something like that as well sometimes, which can sort of cause extra brain damage.
Yeah,
which is a
fevers
problem.
really can, especially as they weren't understood so much back in the day. I used to get, obviously, like with my headaches, to get such hot head, so I always used to worry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd forgotten about that until now. I'm like, oh shit, I just get brain damage from having fucking headaches all the time. I remember seeing it in Bad Boys when they were like, don't let him cool down too fast because he'll get brain damage when he's coming off the gear, I think it was. Or heat up.
Oh, yeah.
Probably heat up too quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot what I was saying before that now, though.
Yeah.
So another one anyway. So Ian Brady and Myra Hindley. This is another one from the 60s, the one you said before, the Moors murders. Do you know this one a bit more?
Not really.
Didn't even mean to do that.
Yeah, no, not that much really. I'm aware of who they are, and I know that they've been mentioned in other bits of media.
Okay, so a quick little, and I'll get a few more details then. So just right here then, it says, targeted children and teens, lured them with promises of rise or help. Okay. Recorded some of the assaults. That'll be quite hard to do back then, wouldn't it? It must have been later on. Both convicted of multiple child murders. Hindley later tried to downplay her role, but of course you would.
Yeah.
It was Ian Brady and Myra Hindley. Okay. That Ian Brady name, that for some reason for me sounds like a different name.
That's an American. Yeah, there's like the Bradys.
Oh yeah, that might be what I'm thinking. Yeah. Okay. Give me more details of the crimes of Myra Hindley, including a full timeline. Okay. Ian Brady Myra Hindley, the infamous British serial killers known as the Moor murderers, committed a series of murders in the 60s in and around Manchester, England.
Yeah.
Here's a detailed overview along with a full timeline. Okay. So Ian Brady was born in 1938, and he had psychopathic tendencies. That's the only one I would argue where nature could come into it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that will help when you have the nurture corroborating factors with it, but you don't necessarily need the nature part of it.
Yeah. Well,
Don't need those psychopathic. It makes it worse.
Yeah.
Makes it easier.
Yeah.
But because at the same time, like this is the thing is like people misunderstand. I think psychopathy.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think it's that they don't feel anything whatsoever. Well, it's not exactly true. Where they kind of feel selfish feelings.
Yeah.
They do, like they want to do
They
stuff.
feel anger. They feel
Yeah.
jealousy. They feel like they want things like that kind of.
Yeah, they think like they think they have happiness, or
They're
they have
possessive.
yeah,
Yeah.
or they have that's probably more of a way to put it, because they're not exactly happy, but they have a feeling of wanting
Yeah.
and all that.
And that doesn't necessarily mean murder.
No.
That comes along from other issues,
Yeah. So Myra Hindley was born in 1942, so 4 years later, and she became his accomplice after they met in the early 1960s. So we're talking when they were about 22, 20, that kind of time then. That's the kind of time, I suppose, if you're really going to do it, when you'd want to meet your partner in crime.
Probably.
Yeah.
Nice and early. Mm.
Yeah, they still. I'm guessing these guys didn't even get a chance to get married in that case then. Like that.
Yeah. Thank you.
So it is known that they're responsible for at least 5 confirmed murders of children and teenagers. Though Brady later claimed that they have killed more, which always seems to be the case. I think a lot of the time they hold on to stuff, crimes, in the hope that one day they can use it as bargaining tools.
We'll just remain relevant.
Yeah, but if you never tell them in the end, well, you're not getting much relevancy.
Yeah, but that means that people always eventually come back to talk to you about it. Like
They're
they
dead, though, I mean.
Well, it depends.
Well, I don't know about these guys. I assume they're probably dead.
Well, now they probably are.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were killed at the time or not.
There's a lot more killed than you think as well.
Yeah, because I mean, capital punishment was thrown out fairly late in this country.
Is it actually thrown out in this country? Yeah, because it's America and what's the other place where they still do have it?
There's quite a lot of countries that still have it.
From like the kind of more like civilized countries, like the Western countries, I think is what they were saying.
Right.
There was one
that doesn't do it.
No, it was American. It was somewhere like India or South Korea. It's an in Western, so it couldn't have been. I suppose it's kind of weird what you consider to be Western and Eastern because it's a ball.
Yeah.
I mean, can't anything be Western and Eastern really?
I think it's just the way things ended up being decided by a fucking empire that was basically British. You know, so they're like, to the west of us, that's the Americas. To the east of us, that's all those other people.
Yeah. Actually, you're right. Yeah, I never thought of it like that, but that's very true. It is kind of from a
and because
Central
British
English
were sort of one of the biggest there, and also the French as well. They did it.
Yeah,
you know,
French like.
And then
they
you knocked that over.
Oh
no! Oh no! He's got it. He's got it.
It's the end of the world.
No, I was just going to get something to like brush it with, but you got it.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it.
Shouldn't get on you at least. Oh, I like the smell of that.
It is foul.
Yeah. But at the same time, we are just putting it into our bodies, though, too.
Yeah, do you ever have one of those coughs where you're like, why did that taste exactly like an ashtray?
No. I would say, though, I've kissed some girls and thought that.
Yeah.
Which I don't actually mind, weirdly, though. I was thinking about this the other day. I kind of like the, it doesn't bother me at all.
No.
I'm okay with that. I don't know why.
I am considering coming off of the odd tobacco at some point fairly soon.
It's just expensive more than anything. As we said, everything is inflated now.
I'm 35 and I've got to start fucking, paying a bit more attention to healthy shit.
Yeah.
And I did quit once before and I can do it again.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, quitting Baccy especially is not that hard at all.
Yeah.
Like, I know some people make it like it's the hardest thing in the world. I don't really.
You just got to find the thing that works for you. For me, what worked was the gum.
The gun?
Gum.
Oh.
Yeah. Nicotine gum worked really well for me because I could just stick it in my my sort of, pocket there. If you ever felt like you were needing a smoke, you just sort of pulled it out, chewed on it a bit more. Yeah, I could make one last ages.
When I stopped, I vaped for a bit, and then just started vaping for a while. Then, I just stopped really. I never really. I think for a bit actually, I did replace it just with lollies because I like the whole hand motion or that
fixation.
Yeah. Like most people do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally one of the first things you do, isn't it? We're stuck on a nip.
That's true.
Whether it's a real one or a fake one, we're still stuck on a nip.
Yep.
We didn't finish looking at these actually. So the timeline of the Moors murders. So you got Bradley. Oh, here we go. I want to know how they meet. Bradley and Hindley meet. Hindley becomes Bradley's accomplice in planning abductions.
Not Bradley.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking Bradley Wiggins.
I want to give me details of how Ian Brady and where are you now?
Myra Hindley.
Myra Hindley met and became well, I'm very interested in that, like how they came together. Like, okay, so Brady was 23, she was 19. It was Manchester, England, as we said before still. He was living... Huh?
Myra Hindley was living.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's confused me then. Myra Hindley was living with her parents in a suburb of Hattersley. They met through mutual social circles. Both were considered outsiders. Hindley had a rebellious streak, while Brady was intensely intellectual and socially awkward. He was known for being charismatic in a dark, manipulative way, and Hindley was reportedly attracted to his intelligence and intensity. That's weird. So, first of all, like these people that are on the outside of social circles getting introduced by social circles.
Yeah, but there's always like that weirdo in a group, isn't there?
Yeah, true. Like maybe it's like
two groups meshed together, the two weirdos of the group.
Yeah. Hindley was drawn to his dark ideas about sex and violence. He had psychopathic tendencies and fantasies about control, domination, and murder. He introduced Hindley to these ideas gradually.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't fucking start with that, would you?
So it's like they kind of got together and stuff, and he just gradually, drip fed her. Maybe like they can kind of argue that it is like kind of a grooming thing in that sense, then. Yeah. But after a certain point, it's like, what is grooming and what is just doing it together?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of that stuff in general, I think
you've got to have a certain mentality to get involved with that shit.
Well, yeah. A certain
mentality.
mentality.
People would see that and just be like, no.
Yeah. And especially, you'd be like, I suppose it's earlier time as well, so it's not like we hear about it. Well, back then we'd have heard about it as much.
Yeah, it's not like they had the internet or anything.
Yeah, which you can argue it either way, whether it would desensitize them or sensitize them more to the idea of doing it.
Yeah, I think these kinds of people are going to do these kinds of things regardless of what time they're in,
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Ultimately, I don't think this is something that you can control by censoring anything, Here
we go. Look at the path to murder here. This is interesting. Because I reckon a lot of this kind of thing will ring true for a lot of them. There'll be certain things, characteristics that'll probably come up over and over. The psychological manipulation. Bradley influenced Hindley's worldview, encouraging her to suppress moral objections to violence. Okay, so you'd start that off quite easily. It's like, I just love to slap that guy. And she's like, oh, you can't do that. Like, no, nothing.
Oh no, what's wrong with that? What, if he's being a little bitch.
Yeah. Violence was the most natural and the first way that we communicated. There was nothing more natural in this world than violence. You see it in the animal kingdom all the time. Things that can't.
Are you fucking auditioning or something?
I'm arguing this point.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good point to argue.
I don't think that was a good point completely.
Yeah, I imagine that's how he went with it.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, I shouldn't be arguing that point.
I
can argue anything. It's going to be a whole. That should be like a segment on the show.
You can argue anything. Argue anything is a great idea for a topic.
I wanted to do that as a crowd work game.
Yeah,
like I will give you a good argument for anything, or I'll give you a positive spin on it.
Yeah, I did one like that as well. I did one where it was like, I like to think of myself as a fixer. Give me some problem and I'll fix it for you.
Oh, problem fixer.
Yeah. And like one of the ones someone said was like, what was it? World hunger. And I was like, here's the beautiful thing about world hunger: solves itself. Right, next thing. If those people can't eat, they die. Therefore, there's more food to go around. Brilliant. Right, next one.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's true, though.
It's true. It figures itself out.
World hunger is not something that can be a long-standing issue.
Yeah. Oh, there's my dentist appointment for tomorrow.
I mean, a world drought would be much worse.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause that would kill people a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So that's, just be happy, be thankful that we haven't got a world drought. There's only world hunger.
That's right.
We've got a lot more time to deal with that.
Be thankful, guys.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Oh, God.
Okay, so then the first kill was in 1965, so a few years after they met then, at least. Brady had already committed violent acts, but Evans' murder marked Hindley's full participation. I'm guessing they mean her first time.
Yeah.
Hindley helped lure Evans to Brady's flat, where he was beaten to death. This crime established their pattern as a partnered criminal duo. If I remember correctly, I'm sure she lured him there, with sexy
time.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. It's so easy to lure a guy like that.
It really is.
I was watching a documentary about, I'm forgetting her name now. It's the one that I mentioned before that Charlize Theron played in a film, Monster, I think it was.
Yeah.
That woman, she would take people, she'd be like a prostitute kind of thing, and she would take people and kill them.
Yeah, I can't.
Just for the money and stuff, for way of life.
Yeah.
They make it in the film that it's all about the murder, but it's more about just
supporting her lifestyle.
Yeah, and she doesn't even start doing that till the end, when she starts getting old and haggard, and she can't just do prostitution for it.
Yeah.
So then was like, yeah,
It's like the Cardi B thing. Like Cardi B was on a stream at one point. She's like, "You don't understand how hard it was being me. I had to have these guys, and I used to bring them over, and I used to roofie them, and I used to take their stuff, and I used to leave because that was how I got my money. That you don't understand how hard it was for me." It's like, I think it was harder for them.
damn, jeez, you got some balls to do that as well. They come back.
Yeah.
Well, I bet that a lot of the time when somebody admits to crimes as well, they only admit to half the crimes.
Yep.
There's people, I think we need to check to see if there's people we ever seen up again. You know what I'm saying?
Not a bad shout.
Maybe her and Garth Brooks had a little thing going on.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll kill a couple.
Yeah. Kill a fucking star couple.
There's not really any, famous ones, is there?
Not really, no.
I mean, they don't really kill a couple, but I don't know if you'd count Epstein and Maxwell. Not killer, but they're pretty bad. Pretty
I
bad.
reckon they've probably had someone killed.
Yeah.
Whether they did it themselves,
No, normally not.
Okay,
So then after that, there was development of the Moors murders, where Bradley and Hindley escalated from violence against adults to abducting children, targeting vulnerable young victims in the Manchester area. I don't know if I would say that would escalate it. I don't know.
Well, it's going from a man to children, isn't it?
Anything that's
That's an escalation.
going for weaker.
Yeah, but morally it's an escalation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand the argument for it.
Yeah.
Either way. Hindley actively participated in in selecting victims, driving them to the moors and in the murders themselves. They had a sadistic bond where the relationship became entwined with their crimes. The act of murder reinforced their emotional and sexual connection. Even though Hindley lately claimed she couldn't refuse Brady and was under his psychological influence, though she was also active and complicit in planning and executing the murders. I mean, you can argue from her side that those two things are mutually exclusive.
That's true potentially, but if you're fucking
I don't think it matters.
shit, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. You can be doing it to please them. That can be completely the reason you're doing it, but it doesn't matter. You're still doing it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a moot point, in my opinion.
Pretty moot.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking moot.
So, I mean, this is, so far I'm seeing, I can understand this being some of the main reason. There's one of them that's a lot more that way, and the other one is just not, is a bit of a bitch, a follower. Because from the full list that I've seen, that's kind of what I could get as well.
Yeah, so we've got Ian Brady, Fred and Rose West.
So these are the more well-known ones first.
Paul Bernardo and Carla Homolka.
I'd never heard of these.
Ken and Barbie Killers in Canada. I mean, you don't hear about much from Canada, do you? So
I don't know. When it comes to murders and stuff, man, Canada's it's known up there. I think because people see it as so weird because they're supposed to be so nice, and then when they do kill people,
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, what the hell's going on here?"
Yeah. So they abducted, raped, and murdered young women. First known victim was Carla's youngest sister, Tammy. For fuck's sake,
That
why?
happens a lot.
What is wrong with this shit? Carla testified against Paul in exchange for a reduced sentence. Fucking goddamn. That's just
Fucking
horrible.
I'm gonna get like an AI swearer for you.
It's horrible, man. That is genuinely horrible.
What? Which bit?
Just,
In exchange for testified against Paul in exchange for reduced sentence.
yes.
Deal with the devil. What's that on about? Yeah, it's weird. It happens a lot to this. Like the family are the ones that get like caught in it and stuff. To get something done to them first.
Yeah.
I suppose that can show how two people can come together a bit more. I mean, I'm guessing these were an actual couple again.
It seems like it, yeah.
Because there's friendships as well, aspects to it too.
But obviously, Paul Bernardo is like into like raping and torturing young women. So,
Yeah.
like, he's obviously just found someone that he's either able to manipulate enough into thinking that it's fine, or someone who's actively interested in doing it anyway. And I think it's the second. I don't think you can go that far down, especially when it's someone who's like your literal younger sister.
I think it's really hard to really ever know for sure what the reasoning is, whether, because for all we know, like, it'll always be assumed that the guy is the more dominant one.
True.
But that won't always be the case.
No.
If either are dominant at all, but you probably assume that a lot of the time, like we've done now, like, if we're seeing it happen a few times, then you'd expect it to happen more.
Yeah.
So, you can never really know. That's the problem, though, because lie detectors too mean nothing really.
Yeah.
Especially the psychopaths.
Yeah.
Like, they are the ones that just don't even bother. Okay, we've got Raymond Ferdinand and Martha Beck, the Lonely Hearts killers from the US in the 1940s. They used Lonely Heart ads to lure women. Ferdinand would seduce them. Beck, jealous, often murdered the victims. Oh, so he'd seduce them, bring them in, and then she'd get jealous and kill them.
Was that part of it?
Maybe. I don't know, mate. This is a really strange one, isn't it, that? Maybe he just, kept getting prostitutes and
She just kept on killing them.
She
He
kept
wasn't
on
aware
killing
that
them.
it was the problem. He's like,
she wasn't happy.
why do I never say the same hooker twice? This is crazy. I got some really weird shit I'm into, and like once you've explained it once, you don't have to explain it again.
I suppose that's an issue with order. Look, we were seeing, like, Beck was the one that was really jealous and often murdered the victims. But it's like, did it happen like that? Who really knows? Especially in the 40s, they wouldn't have had no CCTV cameras recording him.
They got them though, got them pretty quick. Both executed in 1951.
Yeah, I suppose at the same time, if you're using Lonely Heart ads to lure the women, you've probably got some information in there.
Yeah,
Where
it's probably
from?
quite obvious for the police to be like, hang on a
They could just
sec.
answer the ad.
Yeah, where did these calls from? Klondike 545. Well, there we go.
That's all. And wouldn't you just do that? You send like one of the women in. I don't know, you wouldn't have many women back then, probably.
No.
But you send someone in, like, and if just send a prostitute in. They'd pay them. But yeah,
Doug Clark and Carol Bundy.
Cal Bundy. Wow,
Bundy, not a good name to have.
No. Oh well, no. In the murder world, it's a great name.
Great name if you want to be a murderer. Yeah.
In the 1980s, I think that was after Ted Bundy as well, wasn't it? Or the same kind of time.
Yeah.
Was he 90s? I'm not sure. Oh.
When was Ted Bundy caught?
He got a very interesting story about after he was caught more than anything. 1975.
Yeah.
Executed in 1989.
Right.
Escaped custody twice, which is quite funny, I think.
Yeah.
Back then, apparently, it was just really easy to escape custody.
Well, one time he just fucking slipped out a window.
Yeah. Well, I find really easy about it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going back to what it was. Okay. Yeah, so this was after that then, yeah.
Yeah.
So Douglas Clark and Carol Bundy murdered sex workers in Los Angeles. Clark had violent sexual fantasies.
It's always the dude
Bundy
with violent
was help-
sexual fantasies.
Yeah, and once again, the woman participating and helping covering up.
Yeah.
Well, this is straight up saying that she participated,
Yeah.
so she seemed to be a bit more in.
Yeah. There was a Black Mirror about that recently that I saw. It's like this woman goes back to a place to sort of see this dude's family, and then the mum turns out to have been like making horrible like sex videos with her and her old husband and other people. And like murdering people and fucking them and torturing them and like fucking them with a drill and
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, horrible stuff. Yeah.
I couldn't think then. For some reason, I was thinking that was a comedian's name.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's Doug Carter.
Yeah, that's a different one. Yeah, that's a different guy.
Yeah. Not the same guy. Ray and Faye Copeland. Wow. Oh, what? An elderly couple, Ray in his 70s and Faye in her 60s. They hired drifters on their farm and then murdered them. Became the oldest couple sentenced to death in the US.
Hey, get that
Wow.
hoe up for me, would you?
Yeah, that's actually quite interesting. Like, I mean, the fact that they're so old when they get caught, I suppose, isn't crazy.
I wonder if they're
When was that
related
last
to whatever it is, Copeland. You know, that faith healing guy. Kenneth Copeland.
I know Adam Copeland, he's a wrestler.
That's a thing.
He used to be called Edge.
Notorious for a series of murders in the 1980s. A lot of murders in the 1980s, you know?
Yeah. It was the most popular time, and more than anything, I reckon, just the time when it was new. They wrote all the details down, and then after that, in the 90s, but more so the noughties onwards, serial killers were like, "Oh, we should just not do this stuff they're telling us that serial killers always say." Yeah,
Not get caught.
yeah. Because they seem to just suddenly go down a lot after that.
They do.
And people would argue, "Oh, it's because they didn't get a chance to kill multiple people," and that's happened a lot.
Potentially, yeah.
There's been some people that have been arrested after killing like one person or attempting to kill one person that blatantly had plans to kill more. Like they were planning to go full on serial killer and they just failed at the first hurdle.
Yeah.
Which is quite funny. That might be an interesting one to do in the future. Serial killer that failed at the first hurdle.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
So this is like, I want to know when their last murder was, for example, like, you know, at least 6 confirmed murder victims, most elderly travellers. Some report the couple may have been involved in more deaths. Yeah, robbed and killed, up and shot. You can do that, I suppose. If you're old, you can still shoot people.
But only 6 were proven.
Lured victims to the farm or nearby areas, shot them execution style, disposed of bodies on their property, and covered up murders by pretending victims had left town. Well, it's not really much of a operandi, but you know.
How old were they? Were the
1984. So 61 and 63 years old when he committed their last proven murder.
God.
That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Could you guys not have just fucked off with that?
I mean, at the same
Like,
time, doesn't that mean as well that we're saying that they apparently didn't kill for like 10 years then, roughly?
Potentially.
Say like let's say like 8 years, because then would have only got
What was
a couple of
the
years.
fucking? What was the reasoning though? Were they trying to sort of clear the fucking chaff from the wheat or something? Were they trying to fucking, you know?
What?
Did they have problems with these people while they were working for them? Like, was it just a thrill thing? Like, why?
Well,
were
they
they
robbed
doing-
them.
Yeah, but they're drifters. What do they have?
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. But then they say that they told people that they'd left town. So are they drifters then in that case?
Well, apparently, yeah.
Yeah. Most elderly travellers. Yeah, I guess bring them down. And then if they haven't got much family, then I guess they know they can kill them. Maybe they got off on it. Maybe she liked dressing up as a furry insect.
Yeah.
Some people are into that.
Or maybe they had a giant monstrous mosquito pet. And that's why it looked like all execution kills, because they were just digging a giant hole in their brain and
Could have
spitting it
been.
out.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Or they had a bullet ant and really misunderstood the description.
Yeah, they were just shooting people with bullet ants.
Yeah. Could do a cockroach, man. Those things don't break. So, yeah, I mean, apparently, some of the oldest known serial killers, but I would not be surprised once again to learn that they killed after that. But at the same time, getting into your 60s, apparently, most don't continue to their 60s.
No,
weird.
that's a pretty impressive run.
And it's nice that they have, like, you always see, like, an old couple together,
Yeah.
and you always think, oh, that's so sweet.
It's so cute.
You never imagine them to be killing, cutting up people, doing their thing. Oh, man. But then again, they live through some shit, I suppose, the older people.
Yeah.
You should expect the boomers to do more of that.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting, that is.
What else is there? There is Henry Lee Lucas and Otis Toole.
Otis Toole.
Otis Toole.
This is one that I actually covered this like back a while ago, called The Confession Killer.
Right.
More so Henry Lee Lucas, this was. He claimed to kill, like, it was over 100 at certain points, because they'd eventually, after like he'd done it a few times, they'd start showing him cases of kills, that were unsolved,
Yeah.
and he would just be like, "Oh yeah, I did that one,"
Mm-hmm.
and they just kept doing it and doing it. After like he'd said a few, they just kept bringing cases to
They
him.
were like, maybe he's bullshitting us.
No, for a long time they believed him too much. They were just happy to have people clearing it, because every time he did it, that was another case. It was like, yeah,
Solved.
solved.
But he did it after he was out, before he was in prison. Well, while he was in prison. Yeah, but,
Well, that's why he had his friend Otis Toole help sometimes.
Yeah.
Some people argue that because it seems that like he, in a way, I think what Henry Lee Lucas might have been doing was what people say the government are doing with UFOs right now. Just saying a load of shit, and claiming craziness, disinformation, putting loads of things out there so that the few that are true, you kind of just disregard a bit.
Yeah.
You don't focus on them too much. Like, because he did, then them together did kill some people. They drifted across the country. Some claimed they were lovers. I think Otis Toole claimed they were lovers.
Right.
But Henry Lee Lucas did not claim that.
He's like, he sucked my dick once. All right, lovers is a bit much. And he asked me to do it, like, and I was like, I just threw a breakup, and I was like, maybe I want to try that, and it wasn't great.
They were both done infamous, for false confessions, but
Yeah.
both were confirmed as real killers, but they only killed like 3 kind of thing, like just enough to classify you as a serial killer, I believe.
Yeah.
Pretty weak. The only reason they're notable is because they bull-pooed a lot, and everybody thought for a bit that they were like the most prevalent serial killers ever,
Yeah.
and they just weren't.
This is what.
I mean, when you talk about prevalent serial killers, though, like places like South Korea and like parts of Africa got nothing on us. No, we got nothing on them.
Yeah.
No, whichever way means that they're better.
Yeah.
They like people that kill like 80 odd people all the time. Never been caught. Mainly because it's kind of hard to do without a lot of technology,
Yeah.
and they're not going to spend it all the time. It's like depending on where it is as well, it just isn't available. Like they could get it to them, sure, but it's just a ball like that.
Yeah.
Alton Coleman and Deborah Brown went on a multi-state killing spree across the Midwest. They murdered multiple adults and children, and both were sentenced to death. It's quite just look at Lonely Hearts Killers again. Oh, we already had that.
Yeah.
Weird. And then you had like the non-romantic ones as well, like
The Manson family.
that one too.
That's the one we
Yeah.
done again. Yeah.
Charles Manson and the Manson family. That's an interesting one because
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's sort of it leans a bit further away from what we were talking about. Really, that was more just a fucking fuck orgy with murder attached.
the way weird thing I always found was though is that the fact that like Charles Manson didn't actually do any of the murders.
Yeah,
It's always a weird thing.
and they've sort of throughout the time claimed that he either did or didn't order them, and yeah, it's weird.
I mean, I imagine he must have ordered them at least, because otherwise, what was the point of?
Yeah,
Why would he be in prison? Full stop.
yeah.
But it's interesting as well what you hear now, like, because what I was saying earlier about all the different reasons for serial killers and that. There's this new idea, of like lead poisoning being involved,
Yeah,
because lead poisoning can just
fuck someone's head.
it increases aggression,
Yeah,
lowers IQ in children. This is more so because obviously you're still developing when you're a kid, and that's how it fucks up your development essentially.
makes sense.
I think when it's more older people, it would just make it ill and stuff, but you would need it in bigger quantities than that anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, we had plenty of that anyway, though, because it was when we have now like unleaded diesel, don't we?
yeah,
But we only have unleaded diesel now because we used to have leaded diesel.
Yeah.
And that's not good.
no, very unhealthy for you.
The problem was as
Still
well,
around in the 90s.
we talk about like serial killers and stuff. I mean, things like that are the biggest serial killers, big corporations like them.
Oh yeah,
Because they knew when they did this, they knew it was harmful, leaded petrol, lead diesel.
Yeah.
And they had an alternative that they could use, but it wasn't patentable. They couldn't patent it,
Yeah,
so they couldn't make money off it. So
Good
that's
cost.
this one.
It's called cost benefit analysis.
Yeah.
So it's like, how much are you
Risk.
gonna have to spend? Oh yeah, risk benefit.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, how much are you gonna lose versus how much are you going to have to spend to fix it?
Mhm.
And it's like, that's what they did with the Ford Pinto as well. The Ford Pinto was a car that was so poorly built that if someone drove into the back of you too quickly, the entire car would explode. Because the fucking fuel tank was right at the back, right next to a load of really hot stuff.
Right.
So if it hit it, it would just detonate.
Wow.
And like they were like, well, we could recall all the cars and sort of reinforce the back and like change the position of the fuel tank. But that's going to cost us like millions and millions of dollars. What's cheaper is if we just let the cars exist, and when they explode, we'll just pay off the families. That's actually cheaper for us.
I mean, yeah.
And so they did that.
Fucking hell. So that's the thing as well. Like, that also adds to it too. Like if you're seeing corporations do that, so, like when you're a kid, for example,
Yeah.
if you get affected by it in some way, that's going to alter how you think about things as well.
Yeah.
Like, and then without taking into account like the lead stuff, because apparently you take any bit of soil, like here in America, wherever, where they had like leaded diesel,
Yeah.
and it'd just be in the ground, like almost everywhere. Most it
If
would.
it's in the ground, it's in the water supply.
Yeah. And what you said about the car company kind of made me think about one of the smelting things that was over the road from a school,
Right.
like I feel like a junior school kind of thing, little kids were not like proper little kids, yeah. But and they there something happened with the filter basically, and they couldn't like fix it, and they did like the risk benefit analysis,
Yeah.
and decided that how much like each kid's life was worth,
Jesus.
and then and they realized the amount of money they'd lose and stuff greatly outweighed how much those kids' lives were worth.
Yeah.
So I didn't do anything, and those kids got fucked up and that naturally.
That's what corporations do.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's all about the bottom line.
That's what I'm saying. They're like as well, like there's plenty of serial killers, or people with psychopathy in those things.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah, they just get to release it in a different way, and then they get given a white-collar fucking prison sentence.
yeah,
Where they go in a jail where it's like basically a fucking light holiday camp.
and do they what is the difference between the ones that go that route and the ones that go like serial killer route? Would it be more like?
Well, they have less money, the serial killer ones.
That's because of what they do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Is like the psychopath nature works so well in so many of these other environments. Why would you ever just sit down and kill
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the sake of killing? Like, you have to be pretty fucked up to take that stupid approach.
yeah. It seems like what a lot of them say is like once you do the first one, for example,
Yeah.
you kind of like open the can of worms, as they say.
Yeah.
Because it's like an addiction then as well,
Yeah.
and the rush of it and all that is what they talk about. Yeah, so I guess that's
Because they're not feeling the shame from it. They're just feeling
No.
the fucking adrenaline rush that comes with it.
yeah.
Because everyone gets an adrenaline rush when they have to kill someone, because that's something that just your body does. But
And the
if you
rush
don't
of
have
getting
the-
away with it, too.
yeah, and if you don't have the emotional reaction to tell you that that's bad, then I could see why that would potentially start a sort of chain reaction, potentially.
And that is the rush as well of people almost getting caught. Just all of it.
Yeah.
They get off on like most of the different aspects of it.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, so then I don't put too much into the whole lead thing.
No.
Like I do think there's definitely stuff like
There's definitely problems where it's affected people, but it takes quite a large amount of lead
yeah.
to fuck someone up.
And I feel like you'd more likely to get poisoned. But apparently, I mean, I say that though, but in small quantities, it does do this to children. So, and children play out in the grass and
Yeah.
forests and that, like, which is when this kind of thing gets.
But lead used to be a lot more of a problem,
Oh yeah, of course.
Used to be literally everywhere in the air. People were fucking using lead fucking paints and shit like that.
Yeah. I mean, that was because people were really dumb.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the arsenic shit. Like, the reason why they stopped using... Well, this wasn't the reason why they stopped using it, but, like, the face powder that they used in the Edwardian times and shit, that was made of arsenic.
The white powder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like, I should just dab my face with poison.
Why? All our boys getting ill all the time.
Yeah. Oh, my teeth are falling out. I wonder why that is.
I know they I knew the silly things about like the richer people, ironically, like which is why I found it funny about like the lead causing things, because like they used to use like lead cutlery, lead cups, and all that. And there are a lot of like kings and stuff that went crazy in there,
Yeah.
like the long serving ones, anyway. Because everybody around them just got killed by the king in the end.
Yeah.
Well, I could see that being similar to that as well.
Yeah.
And like they're raised in that situation too, so they probably had it from being young too.
Probably.
Like a lot of them, depending on them, anyway, depending on which one it is.
Yeah, lead was everywhere.
Yeah.
It was just commonly used.
Yeah, and more in the day was like the riches, and then as time went on, it was just everywhere. And
Yeah. I mean, fishing weights and things like that, they were fucking lead. A lot of them still are.
Yeah, was it you that were saying you can only have a certain amount of it now or something?
I can't remember, I don't know.
Oh, might have been the hippie man. You can only have a certain amount of it now though, because they don't want lead out there.
In fucking rivers and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I've dropped a giant chunk of lead into a river.
Exactly, yeah. Which kind of interesting, because you make pencils out of it, but...
Oh, not anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like fake kind of stuff now.
Graphite, yeah.
Yeah.
Graphite works because it's on an atomic level. Graphite is sheets.
Okay.
Literal sheets of carbon molecules layered one on top of another, on top of another, on top of another. So if you take a drill through graphite and just take out that board center, therefore you have a pencil, because you're just leaving layers as it slides along the page.
I'm not going to lie, this made me think about a sausage roll.
Yeah.
With the layers of flaky pastry.
Yeah.
Layers and layers.
It's a good way of thinking about it.
Yeah.
I do like a fucking pencil.
Right. Okay.
What? There's nothing wrong with that.
Not much.
I like a fucking pencil, mate. I like a fucking pencil when I draw.
I was going to segue back into the oranges, the killers and that, and then I was just met with that. I was like,
yeah.
don't know how to go up and after that.
I don't know. I'm a little depressed from the constant murder.
See, I never feel like that. That's the thing. I've never understood that. It's like you know, it's like you getting murdered, right?
Yeah.
Or people you know. If anything, I think it should make people feel better
Yeah.
because it's like, yo, don't
You ain't
Don't
been murdered.
don't focus like
Mhm.
whatever's happened to you today. It's not as bad as these people. They got
They got
killed.
murdered.
Yeah, like your life is chill. Unless it's not, then fair enough.
Yeah.
But like you should be talking to other people if that's the case. If your life is worse than these, there's
Talk
other
to
people you
someone.
can talk to people.
Yeah.
That's my
Oh, I'm so tired. I'm sorry if I'm not sort of on the ball today.
You do seem very dead.
Yeah.
I would like to see like the breakdown of like if you could see like how much of the percentage of me talking.
Versus me, yeah. Because to be fair, it has been quite interesting listening to this, though. There's been a lot of stuff I didn't know about. Like the old people murderers is the particularly interesting one to me.
Yeah, that's strange. That is.
It is really weird to get into it at that age.
I think they say that they only killed 5 people. I don't really buy that either. I'm like, at least one of them definitely would have killed other people by that point. I mean, sure, maybe they waited till they were like.
He had an MO. He had a thing where he execution styled these people. Like that's a thing that you build from doing things over and over, you know?
Or you just really want to make sure they're dead because you're fraidy cat. To be fair, man,
Maybe that as well.
it's surprising how many people get shot in the head and then survive.
Yeah.
Survive. It's surprising. I mean, I imagine not so much, but then again, actually, even back then, because the guns would have been weaker too.
That's why all the assassin films are like 2 in the chest and 1 in the head.
Yeah.
You know?
Or there's a lot of times it's just like a double shot in the head, like.
Yeah, double tap. That's the other one.
Like I'm pretty sure that's what happened with that Jill Dando woman.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
The BBC woman.
Double tap.
Yeah. She got double tapped on the back of her head, I believe it was. But I didn't realise as well, she'd only just gone back to that house that day to collect the mail. Like, she was staying at, I'm guessing, a partner's.
Why wouldn't you send someone else to get the mail?
Well, it wasn't like she was expecting to get.
Oh, right. I thought that was the whole point.
No.
She was staying somewhere else.
No. She was just doing that because she was just staying somewhere else, like staying at your partner's, So first of all, it's like whoever did it was either following that or knew, where she'd be, knew, I don't know how.
That or they've been staking it out for a while.
Yeah. I don't know how far in advance she planned to go to get it. It could have been multiple people. One that was like staking out that house, one that was staking
she
out
could
her.
have like once every 2 or 3 days,
Exactly, yeah. There's always been this, like, at first they got this one guy for it. I can't remember his name, but it doesn't matter anyway, because it was a scapegoat, full on. Like, he went to prison for it and eventually got released. If it's a rare one where they actually overturn it, that's
impressive.
Yeah, that's rare, man. It's very rare. Like, I still would be very surprised if, even as more and more evidence comes out, I'll still be very surprised if Lucy Letby ever gets released.
A full-on, pardon of any kind.
Even if, like, the other guys get charged properly in the end, or you got to go down for it, I've already been charged, just haven't gone down for it because I would have been on bail right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy how long all that stuff takes as well. Like, especially when you got somebody in prison that you think might be, like, wrongfully in there.
Yeah.
I was about to say you should speed it up, but at the same time, maybe I could understand maybe that's the reasoning for not speeding it up.
Yeah.
It's because they want to be sure that everything's done.
Well, the thing is, they've already had a
Like-
conviction, haven't they? So in their mind, it's like, well, you've got to give us enough proof that we see a reason to go back.
Well,
That can be quite a lot of proof required.
in England, I saw this on something recently. In England, it's mainly a focus on you need new evidence to bring in.
Yeah.
Evidence that weren't there before, otherwise what's the point? I mean, they had plenty of that for Lucy Letby, obviously, but it's like, at the same time, do they though? Because it's the same evidence
It's just been interpreted
properly.
correctly.
Yeah. It was interpreted.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they'll argue that this should have been all defended on the original court case. And her lawyer's like, well, yeah, I wasn't in charge of it then.
Well, yeah. I would have done that.
It's crazy that they didn't. Like, no, they had no experts on.
No.
Out of, the stuff we've seen from it. It's absolutely mental. But yeah. So Jill Dando, sorry. So they got this one guy for it, and then eventually he got out. He was like apparently quite simple. I'm pretty sure it was something about they were able to prove that he was coerced into admitting it.
Right.
I can't remember exactly how long it was for, but it was a messed up one. I just got a flash in my mind in as well of another country where they do it for like 12-hour days, and he had like 10 days of being interrogated and eventually admitted to a crime he didn't do. It's not the same guy. It was just something else that flashed in my mind.
That happens again in quite a lot of countries.
It does happen in a lot of countries, yeah. Yeah, but this happened here obviously over a shorter period of time, and eventually it was proven that he didn't. And then since then, the idea was always that it was a Serbian gang, because she was famous at the time for doing Crime Watch, one of the two people doing it. And they were always, looking into different crimes and gangs, etc., and people would just talk about a Serbian thing that she was looking into, and I think there's some descriptions or the idea, like of somebody just walking up and execution double tap in the head.
It's pretty professional.
It seems pretty professional, yeah. But at the same time, would that be a gang? A Serbian gang? And it seems like a lot to come over just to...
It depends on what they found.
Yeah.
And how much it costs them.
Yeah.
If it's going to cost them millions and millions of dollars of sales, quote unquote, then they might well take a fucking bullet to someone's head.
Yeah. And are they based in England as well? Was it so?
To be. You can hire a killer.
Yeah.
In that area.
But yeah.
Like, the thing is,
Does it mean that they might get affected by the money more?
Yeah. Lots of people think that they can hire killers for, like, their own random shit. You can't. You hire, like, professional killers if you're a big gang or if you're a government who doesn't want to go somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what those people get paid for.
Yeah.
You know?
You might be able to find, like, a freelance guy that would take a serial killing, but, probably not the best thing to go with.
No.
You can't do it on the dark web. Like, people seem to think you can do it everywhere. That's not a thing.
No.
It used to be, apparently, but most of the time people would just, transfer them the money to do it. And you'd never hear from them again. Because, like, they can't go to the police and be like, oh, man, I asked him to kill someone, he didn't do it. What's going on?
Give him my money. Although people have done that.
Yeah. Not surprised at all.
Yeah. People have called the police because someone didn't give them their fucking heroin, and like, there's so many stupid fucking things.
Yeah, it did not
in
the slightest. I do like this new train of thought though now.
Right.
For the Jill Dando case, that because she was doing Crime Watch is a part of BBC.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of talk around that time, and a lot of talk about her being involved in something to actually internally for BBC.
Right.
Yeah, outing something, or people obviously didn't know the details. I believe now that because of the timing and all that she might have been out in the Jimmy Savile thing.
Right.
Because I think there was some of the Louis Theroux stuff around the time as well.
Yeah.
It was like just after that or something. But yeah, this is just this new belief now that and did BBC then kill her to protect it? Because
I don't know if they'd go that far.
I don't know. Or like even Jimmy Savile even. I mean, you say where they'd go that far. I mean, it's just a cost. Well, like I said, putting the benefit.
Yeah, but I mean, I still don't think that would destroy the entire corporation if that ever got found out. You know,
but how could it ever get found out? But I mean, you got to also think about the idea as well, though. BBC, are they? Because we always say about the fact that they're, like, kind of the owned media company.
Yeah.
Do we say BBC and forget that it's like essentially like part of the
government?
yeah, but specifically like the crown and all that kind of side of it.
Yeah.
And when you think of it from that kind of side, the idea of
The crown being involved.
Yeah.
Essentially, part.
could have even hired like Serbian people to do it,
Mm,
you know. Even though once again I still don't really understand where that Serbian idea comes from, other than possible things she was looking at.
yeah, I mean, it depends on what she found to do in relation with the gangs, basically.
It's gonna be one of those things though that at the same time it's fun to talk about, think about it, but you never know.
Yeah.
You'll never know what happened to her.
No.
Like there wouldn't be any evidence anymore. They would have covered it all up already. Nobody's just gonna come out and say it. And even if they did, like, would you believe them? You know.
Yeah.
They have to like have some full on evidence, and even then, like it would. I don't know. It's hard to have full on evidence nowadays.
Well, I don't see the BBC being involved.
But probably not.
I think
But I mean,
if I'm likely to do it, it would be a gang who were like doing sort of human trafficking or something.
Yeah. At the same time, I'd have thought like whatever it was would have come out anyways. I think it's just her doing it on her own, apparently. But yeah, like I said, we'll just never know anyway.
No.
There's loads of ones like that where you're just never gonna know what happened to it. There's like loads of actually, one thing I want to show you actually. I'm glad I just remembered this. Was it 141? Because this is something we did talk about before. But interestingly, it was kind of like what we said, a few times actually through this, when the government, for example, in this one, will throw out loads of extra information to kind of muddy the waters.
Yeah.
So do you remember? I think it might have been like 2017, maybe even a bit after that. Maybe I say a bit after, a bit more recent, maybe.
Yeah.
The mummies in Peru that were like little aliens.
Oh yeah.
Like the 3 fingers and stuff. Like they'd done like some scans of some of them, hadn't they? And they'd shown that they were like built out like different skeletons, bullshit. It seems now though, there's all these other ones that they've got as well. Like, it's not just them ones, but they've done like these new scans, and it is one thing. These ones,
Right.
like I know that there's like pictures or videos of the scans as well. So let's have a look see. Because I saw pictures of them. Okay. Peru alien.
New scans.
Yeah. Mummies. New scanners. It's Ireland school. Experts claim Peruvian alien mummies were murdered. Okay, I didn't know about that part.
That's a very different headline.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of instantly, I suppose, kind of said that it must have been real, but 12th of August, okay. The origin of alien was revealed by genetic testing. Well, this isn't what I saw either. Where are the scans? Oh, God, I'm just under accept a load of crap here. Here are the pictures, but I've seen like wait, do some of them. Mr. trying to build anyone we found through was after scientists said it was with a fetus inside the womb of one of the corpses. Yeah, I saw something about that. About a fetus being in one. Oh, I've been in the gallery here. Okay. So this is a CT scan. The one I saw was coloured though.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different ones. I'd also argue as well that even if, because they'll only be between 700 and 7,000 years old.
Yeah.
So I'd argue it's not even that big of a thing if they are.
Yeah.
Because we already know there was different versions of people around for a while, like that crossed over. Like there was, in this one island, there was where everything else was getting really tall. There was these people went over and they ended up being about half the size of us. Yeah.
Pygmies, yeah.
Huh?
Like pygmy people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are these scanned, man? I want to find them because I know it's on here. Yeah, it's good. Poo alien. Colour. Oh. Colour scans. Okay, I think there is. There's going to be more articles or something on this, because this has been new stuff that are really dolls. Okay, that's 2024 again, though.
Yeah.
Proves aliens and the press more aliens are from single skeletons. So look at that. Sky, but you know. So you can already tell there's a lot of fucking straight away, like, if there is some truth to it, you can see all the other stuff that's been put out to just muddy it all up. Do you know what I mean? You can see it all just trying to find the stuff. That doesn't mean what I'm not saying that's definitely what's going on here, but I can see that
before.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do this then.
That's 2023 though.
Oh, okay. Up from single skeletons.
I remember that headline. That was when it first came out.
Was it?
Yeah. And then
It
they
went
went,
to-
oh no.
Not a sim. This because series of laboratory studies and remains after academic scientists and archaeologists argued they were part of a hoax. Now, I've been on it before.
Maybe.
Physicist and presenter Professor Brian Cox was among the critics, obviously, and claimed they were way too humanoid to be genuine. Now, why do you even ask Brian Cox anyway? He's a freaking, like I said, physicist. Has got nothing to do with biology.
Yeah.
It's like the furthest from biology. The mummified specimens were displayed in glass cases as part of an official unveiling at Mexico's Congress. Oh, that was when the Congress was going on. Right, I remember that. Politicians were told the remains were found in the city of Cusco, Peru, estimated to be 1,000 years old. Okay, these are not. Who was them there? They're sample to be sent. Yeah, like I said, an opinion to Europe. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's 2 years old, then actually. Latest scan reveals secret of Mysterium. Oh no, tattoos. What? That can't be the same one. I suppose that's
Not mummies.
Yeah, I suppose it's not a crazy idea to imagine that.
Tattoos would be a thing.
Yeah. Quite a simple technology, really. You can just stab them.
Yeah.
There we go. DNA. Oh, that's audible. Applying CT scan to put identification of a skull. Problem missing in the case of alien mummies. Is that Bible? That might have something on it. Okay. Further mystery in case of alien mummies, as 2 more corpses are found. Researchers have found out where is this from? Oh, it's from a year ago. Researchers have found out more about the Nazca mummies. As 2 more. Okay, this might even be the ones that have been tested on more recently. Then in that case, because I know that they were right by the Nazca lines where they were found. The discovery of supposed alien mummies, which has also been called non-human alien corpses. Non-human alien corpses.
Yeah, that's an alien mummy, all right.
Yeah, like what? What is the point of that? There were claims for some earlier this year claiming that the figures were indeed aliens after a different set of figures found in 2023 were decidedly not. What? These humanoid figures discovered in Peru in 2017 still divide opinion after one of the figures, Maria, had a fingertip scanned and it was determined they were not human.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that they were alien either. Ufologists believe that these figures have been hidden for over millennia for us. I mean, once again, though, this could just be another version of people, because you scan it and it's not a human. That does not mean it's alien.
No.
First of all, it could just be a monkey. There are monkeys and other animals that have, like,
like features.
I think like sloths as well, with the 3 kind of,
Yeah.
Small, more like a 3 kind of pronged hand.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine if it was a human that evolved, for example, I can't imagine them losing a thumb.
A digit. Yeah.
Especially a thumb,
Yeah.
That's the reason we're badasses.
Yeah, because we've got the opposable thumb.
They're the huge part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people argue that is the main thing.
Yeah.
you'd have to think that and the brain are surely developing. But
Oh, it's a good combo.
yeah,
That and being able to stand on our back legs.
yeah. I mean, that's not a huge thing, is it?
Oh, it's big. The thing is, like deers, especially, and things like that, like prey animals, they tend not to be able to run for a very long time.
Yeah,
They can run very fast, but not for a very long time. And like other predators, they sort of went down the same route.
Yeah.
But humans, what they do is because we can track really well using all of our sort of logic and sort of spatial awareness and awareness of how animals move and stuff like that, we can track them for like a day. This one there.
Oh, that one's. Oh, I can't use that one actually. He's not doing his finger on his.
Don't seem to have one.
You're you left later. Well, actually, I'll pull off from the door. Thinking about it though.
I don't know where. The fuck?
I know lawyers always do this, man.
How the fuck did that even happen? Found it.
Lawyers are just fucking
What was I saying?
what they do. What are you saying? Standing on back legs,
Oh yeah. So
the breath, and
like most other predators would have to sort of do it in spurts as well.
Yeah.
Humans just can keep walking. We can just walk all day because we're not using as many muscles to walk with.
yeah.
Very simply.
And I reckon, like back in the day as well, when you were running and walking all the time, you could probably like jog all day too.
Yeah.
Like just because of how fit like everyone is. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We just kept moving.
Yeah, and we were like kind of this is all because this is also what because like you said they're always moving like a kind of very nomadic style.
Yeah.
That's also why a lot of the debate comes up about when they actually went from human hunter gatherers to civilizations.
Yeah.
That's the huge like debate that you'll always hear. Like that's basically what the Graham Hancock debate is.
Yeah. Well, the start of civilization was agriculture. It was growing your own plants, going like, these plants taste good. What we've found out is if you take these seeds off these plants and put them back into the ground, you get more of these plants.
I mean, debatable that that's what it is.
No, that was the start of it, because like people would start to literally grow their own vegetables. You wouldn't have to go hunting through the forest for ages and ages trying to find tomatoes or mushrooms or this.
Yeah, but
People started growing it outside of their houses, and they started building walls around that so that the animals couldn't get in and eat their food. But then eventually that became like, well, I've got this nice big area, and if you want to come in and help me with like building another wall, we can build another wall, and you can have your bit next to my bit. We can work together. You've got potatoes growing, I've got tomatoes growing.
It doesn't
Potato,
really
tomato.
work too much though when you get to like Egypt and stuff though.
Same sort of thing, yeah. But except in that it was less sort of more.
More livestock.
It was still agriculture as well though, but it was mostly just based around the Nile.
Yeah.
You know,
But I
it
mean,
was all about irrigation there.
yeah, that's more.
That was the start of their agricultural revolution.
More so anyway though, because I mean like you don't weirdly like when you look at like the pyramids and stuff, for example, like and some of the other earlier examples,
Yeah.
like you don't see a lot of that though. Like, there's not as much of that like with the pyramids. Or you look at Göbekli Tepe.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of. That's why they like some of them will argue that you know there's no signs of people living there.
There aren't going to be signs of vegetables being grown. They're vegetables. They're in the ground. It's not like you're building a building to fucking make rhubarb.
You can still, I suppose, like maybe you'd look at like areas that were like, you know, like partitioned away. Maybe they would have like soil from far away that was put there.
Yeah, but again, it was all about irrigation. That was the way they did it.
Well, I mean, we can't. Yeah, but I mean, we can't say for definite about all of them. Like Göbekli Tepe is on the top of it.
Sure, they had to get a lot of food, and like the Nile literally was where everyone lived essentially in Egypt. You all just lived along the Nile, and other weirdos went out into the mountains and the desert.
Yeah,
You
but like Göbekli Tepe is in like Turkey or something like that.
Yeah,
But there's another one as well where it's like it's not tabletop mountain, but it's one that looks just like that, where it's like a mountain that just sheer up essentially, and then you just on top of this thing. No one had checked up there just because.
Why would you go? Yeah.
And there's just this like really old thing up there, like
yeah.
you know, another one of these megalithic things.
Yeah.
It's one like that, you know. It's like, why anyway? First of all, but like that's got to have like different ways of doing it. Like I feel like irrigation might be kind of difficult with that kind of shit.
Irrigation doesn't help you float giant chunks of stone.
Not floating.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Like, you know, they can't move giant chunks of stone using irrigation. That's a different.
Oh no, yeah.
That's about feeding people.
Yeah.
That's the start of society. That's what I'm saying. It's the very start of society. You know.
But I suppose that's one of the issues as well. Then is like it's hard to see evidence of that now. Then those bits.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're not actually building hard structures. You're just growing shit in ground.
So from what I've heard, I suppose the main thing that they would look for signs of like people, etc., like tools.
Yeah.
Clothes possibly, but more tools. You know.
Problem with Egypt,
And
though,
grey-
is that they didn't have strong tools. Like in Europe, you've got things made of steel fairly early. You've got things made of iron fairly early. Like things that last quite a while when you make a big chunky thing out of them, or at least scraps of it do.
Yeah.
But in Egypt, they had a very, very small amount of like really solid metals. In fact, it was so rare that the only real steel dagger that was known of in Egypt for years and years was made from a meteorite that landed, because there was just no natural deposits of steel that they were finding.
It makes
Yeah,
sense
including.
when you consider like well, I mean, it still would have been sandy, arguably then,
Yeah.
even though that's the other debate as well, actually, because you got the pyramids, and then before that was like the Sumerian, which was supposedly
Yeah.
in mainstream media supposed to be like the first civilization.
Yeah.
Sumerian.
But that's the only one that we know of. But there could have been ones before.
Well,
you know.
arguably, we already know of one from before now, which is mainstream media don't like go over. Like Göbekli Tepe is older,
Yeah.
much older than that. There's a lot of evidence to show that the Sphinx is much older than, definitely much older than the pyramids anyway.
Yeah.
Because have you heard about that, like the water erosion lines on this?
Yeah.
It's really interesting now. It's 'cause, like,
Did you ever watch that film 1000 B or 10,000 BC or something?
no, I'd heard a lot of the bullshit in that, so I was like, oh,
Yeah, but it follows along that similar idea. It literally goes along the idea that there's a society that had built up that were sort of building giant things and had sort of taken over vast swathes of the world with an empire before anyone knew of anything.
oh, maybe I have seen that. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
The same
There's saber-toothed tigers
Yeah.
around and stuff, but they've still been able to get together enough to create like armies and slave labor and
And they're not really sure whether people did interact with saber tigers,
yeah.
especially now more so.
I think there's definitely proof that they
It
were
did.
dealing with at least like one of the versions of a saber-toothed tiger.
Right, okay.
There's like
Yeah,
there's,
'cause I said-
there's like I think there was a famous thing of like there's a cave where they found multiple dead humans that would sort of run part away from this one cave, and there was also a saber-toothed tiger in the cave. And it's like obviously these idiots are going like, rite of passage, you've got to slap the tiger on the arse and run away.
Damn. Stupid idiot. It'd be kind of thing you would do, though, in that situation.
Yeah.
You'd come up with the stupidest shit to get...
I mean,
like,
thrill seekers have always existed. You know,
Yeah.
it's just they used to do stuff that was even more stupid than now.
actually, before we finish up as well,
Yeah.
I should mention the fact that, I have caught up on the important comic book films now.
Oh yes,
Totally went to the cinema, did not find a website called cineby.app that if you use, I would recommend.
of course you didn't.
No, I would never do that.
You would never do that.
Because it's not like, the media companies are stealing money from us all the time anyway, so why shouldn't we steal it back?
Yeah, and it's not like, the whole point of streaming was to reduce the amount that you were paying monthly, but now it's all fragmented into 18 different fucking ones with all their own different fucking $6.99, $8.99 or $11.99 fucking price point on it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to buy all them, though, at least.
You shouldn't.
So, if you're in America,
Yeah.
to be able to watch all the wrestling stuff, you literally need like 3 or 4 different things now.
Yeah.
You got one for AW, and then you buy the pay-per-views on Prime for AW. But then for WWE, like Raw is on Netflix. I think their SmackDown is still on Fox.
Right.
But their pay-per-views from September are going to ESPN. So you have to have like an ESPN thing as well. And they also have some shows that are on Peacock too.
Interesting.
So there's like 4 different things just for WWE actually.
Jesus Christ.
It's craziness, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, you're right,
fractured, man. Like they want you to buy all of it. They
But
think everyone has enough money to buy all of it.
yeah, that's exactly. People don't.
No.
So nothing wrong with doing this a few times, and if you can find a good HD copy as well,
Yeah.
more power to it. Like I did. I watched. So it was Superman and Fantastic Four that I watched first steps. I think Fantastic Four was better, but you should kind of expect that because, like we were saying before we started, like
Yeah.
it's established already.
Yeah.
Even though it's a completely standalone story compared to the rest of the MCU, the tone, the idea of the MCU is all well established.
Yeah.
Whereas for Superman, or what I would prefer to call it, DC Universe,
Yeah.
the DC Universe Begins, the tone was, everything was new.
Yeah.
The jokes kind of worked enough. They didn't overly make me laugh a lot of the time. But I was entertained.
Yeah, I mean it's still the Guardians of the Galaxy thing ultimately. Like you can tell James Gunn has a way of writing a script. You know?
Yeah. It doesn't lean into it as much as I would say he does for Guardians of the Galaxy, though.
Yeah, okay.
It's a bit more chill than that. Like he's tried, to go along the. I don't have that many issues with Superman per se. People were complaining that he was a weakling, that he was a bit, like almost dies all the time. And he does almost die a few times, but that's because Lex Luthor's smart,
Yeah.
and he's done smart stuff in this.
They've raised the stakes well.
Yeah, it's shown him to be an actual competitive bad guy.
And also, this is his first movie, and in the next movie, he'll no doubt have to sort of overcome a slightly more powerful foe. And you've got to set
And that won't
the
even
level.
be James Gunn.
Yeah, but you've got to set the level here, because if you set the level at like infinite power Superman immediately, you've got nowhere to go. You know.
I mean, yeah, because I think at the end of it, I think that's what I remember some of the criticism from other people. And I'm sure they were saying that he kind of just gets a new power out of nowhere to save him.
Right.
And it's like, yes, he did, but that new power was one that I know he famously has.
Right. Yeah.
Like frost breath.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing new. It's not like it's breaking the idea of it.
We know that he does that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So
just
I had
finding
no
out
issue
that
with
he can
it.
do it in this situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, from watching it, I got the same thing that I get from a lot of films when I watch them.
Yeah.
When I listen to the reviews and stuff first, it's a lot of nitpicking. A lot of the time,
Yeah.
especially with superhero films.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everyone's got a different way they want their superhero movies done, though.
yeah,
That's the thing about ultimately most movies is like you've got a way that you would rather see these things be done. And the problem with a Marvel thing or a DC thing is that it is now a lot of movies are going to be done in that way. So if you're on
Yeah.
board with that, that's great. But if you're not on board with it and you're one of the Snyder Bros who's like full on into, Zack Snyder's version of the universe, then you're probably not going to enjoy it that much.
these versions, the current versions, yeah,
Yeah.
because they are aimed a bit more colourful.
Exactly.
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean that's another James Gunn signature. All of his movies have got really bright like neon lights happening in them a lot.
Yeah. I'm a
You
fan
know?
of that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like it when I think it just keeps the attention more. It just something looks nicer about it when it's good colours, it's well lit.
Yeah.
There's just something engaging about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the grungy, gritty ones. I always liked the idea of them, but they never seem to execute well.
I think quite a lot of the time it's because of a clumsy director. Like, as much as I like Zack Snyder's Justice League version, there's still a lot of, like, cinematic bloat on that.
Yeah.
that he has put in there. Like it's him, you know? And like, as much as I like those movies, I still despise the fact that Batman just wantonly kills people constantly through that fucking movie.
Yeah, and they still try to argue he doesn't. As
Yeah,
well.
it's like, no, he literally, you see a shot
He has
of the
guns.
Batmobile crunching a fucking back of a truck with 3 people in the back of the truck while it's being compressed by a Batmobile.
Mhm.
Do you really think there is any chance in hell those people are walking out of this crash?
They do apparently.
No, people were like, "Oh no, but he's not directly killing them." But it's like, no, because then at the end of the movie, you make a big deal out of the fact that he fires a gun to kill a guy wearing a flamethrower or whatever the fuck it is, and it's like, yeah, but this whole movie he's been killing people, so now him killing this person at the end means nothing.
And the Boy Scout is already happily killing people too.
Yeah,
Like, Superman's not a huge fan of killing people either.
no, but he snaps Zod's neck.
Yeah,
Pretty
big time.
hardcore.
I
That
did
was the thing
like-
about both of them. Neither of them would kill people.
Yeah,
But
there is one thing that because I always say with like these kind of films, like I like it when you go with the source material, but
Yeah.
I like it if they make a few different changes to make things a bit more interesting. And
Yeah.
there's a certain beat to his origin that.
oh yeah, I know that bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
That
about-
got spoiled.
Yeah. So about like the
About
rest of the message.
Yeah, the rest of the message is basically you treat them like they're your bitches.
Yeah. Take homes of wives.
Yeah.
Rule over them.
Turn it into a new Krypton, my son. yeah.
Yeah, like for me, that was a new swing on it. I don't know
Yeah.
if that was in one of the comics
no,
already.
That's not a thing that's happened before, and I think like James Gunn's come out to have to defend it, but he's like, it all goes with sort of where we're going with the story and like things like that, and you know,
It makes sense. And it makes sense why like Supergirl is a lot more what she's drinking.
yeah.
I like that whole aspect too as well. I'm interested in seeing that. That's the next
Yeah.
film.
And she's
Supergirl.
older in this one, which is
Yeah.
unusual.
Grew up and
Because
drunk.
normally she's younger than Superman because she's arrived later, but this time she's arrived earlier.
Yeah,
for some reason.
yes, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that concept. It is normally the other way, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Completely forgot about that. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in it. I'm very interested to see as well how a Batman will fit into it.
Yeah, there's still so much up in the air about who they're going to get to play Batman, because there's some people who are still very much, oh, we'll want it to be Robert Pattinson. And like that, it's not a bad
Yeah,
tone
I'm okay with it. He was
to
fine.
work with, because like it is like Superman is this bright thing, and like the Matt Reeves, is it Matt Reeves? Yeah, Matt Reeves Batmans.
Yeah, yeah.
They
yeah.
are really dark.
Yeah.
So it's like it's quite a good juxtaposition to be able to have like that immediately there in DCU, the ability
Yeah.
to go to either extent. But at the same time, I am very much down with the idea of Alan Richardson playing Batman. He's the guy he was the guy who played Reacher recently.
Okay.
Hench as fuck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you was on about the guy that was in Spy Kids.
No.
Can't remember what his name was, but it's not him anyway.
No. But
Yeah.
he would be a really good Bruce Wayne.
I'm interested to see that whether they go like down the more dark, to kind of like I said juxtapose, or if they go along like kind of dark,
Yeah.
like Batman always was in the comics, but
Yeah.
then like with his kind of campy, like Robin,
Yeah.
his campy like Bat Family, or even like the Justice League. Get the Martian there,
Oh yeah, Martian
Flash.
Manhunter's definitely going to be involved.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Flash, like all them, like Aquaman and shit. Even though they appeared at the end of Peacemaker Series 1 2, but that's all been retconned as well.
That's been retconned.
Was that
Happened
the
in
one
a
where? Oh,
different
that was the
universe,
Justice
though.
Gang one.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been retconned into.
Yep, happened in a different universe. So
Yeah. What
sorry
you gonna
guys,
do? Yeah, we were just seeing a different universe.
Yeah. different universe, bros.
There's a thing that they can do that, so I'm like, okay.
yeah.
As long as they don't do it all the time, it makes sense
yeah,
for DC
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
They had their time, and they finally got it together now, and this is their.
This
chance
is
to
what
do
they're
it.
going for. This is what they're aiming for. We'll see how it goes.
The main thing you need to do is you need a starting point, and then just stick to it.
Yeah.
I feel like they've actually got the starting point now, and they had a
Yeah.
good guy to keep them to
It helps that they've made it its own movie division as well. DC Cinema is like its own division inside Warner Brothers now. It's not like Warner Brothers are controlling the whole thing.
Right.
It's now James Gunn is in control of DC Studios. They make our DC content.
Yeah, but they
You know?
also it's not just him. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a bit more directed. It's a bit more like the Marvel thing that they've been trying to do for years.
Yeah, and absolutely, they're bringing like other directors in and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not like just going to be him doing it all too. They're bringing other directors in, but yeah, like I assumed from what I'd heard that he was still going to be overseeing it.
Yeah.
Which you do need that, though. You need that as long as you're willing to give them a bit, like maybe a bit more free reign than Kevin Feige gave them.
Yeah, it would be nice. And again, that would be beneficial to have the Matt Reeves, what's his face, Batman.
Yeah.
Because it is very different again.
And you could just have a collaboration anyway, like sit down together and figure it out together.
Yeah.
Where it's going to go, like how they're going to do. Well, they figure out more.
The thing
how they're
is,
doing
we've had that really good universe, but I think Matt Reeves wanted to keep it fairly grounded. But if you're going into that DC universe, it can't be grounded anymore.
No, and I think you'd have to. I think you'd have to go into that side of it.
Yeah.
Because they're DC.
There's been rumours that the next one's Killer Croc, which would be interesting.
The next what?
The next bad guy.
That'd be weird if so.
Yeah, if
I don't know how that
they
would
did
work
go
much.
like right full on Killer Croc, I would be interested to see how they go with it.
I'd be interested.
Yeah.
I don't know how they would, but it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I'd be interested. Yeah.
I think we are. All right, I think that'll be the show for now.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a bit tired, so I might have a little nap. soon.
Same. Yeah.
All right, then. Thank you everybody for checking it out.
Yep, that's been Squishy Logic for this week.
Indeed, there will be one uploaded very soon.
Yeah.
And check out the new weekly wrestling show, Suplex and Chill, available possibly wherever you get this podcast from, but
Or some other.
well, it's on, actually it's on its own separate channel. What I'm on about, sorry,
Right.
Suplex and Chill,
There you go.
available where you get a podcast from.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
What are you saying?
I was just going to say, or somewhere else you could potentially. Yeah.
You might be able to find it in your dustbin.
Yes.
If you reach down far enough, it will also be down there in
Yeah.
a little podcast form.
If you get one of those shells off the beach and you listen to it hard enough, you'll start hearing that podcast.
You will. You will.
Yeah.
And
Paid a lot of money for that promotion.
yeah. Kept it squishy.
Yeah. Till next time, be logical.
I think that everything we just said was very logical then.
I think it was.
Yeah. I think there's probably a lot of other ways that we can that you can get that podcast as well, but I think we'll figure them out week by week as they come.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know. It's an ongoing promotion. We've
It's
gotta
an
figure it out.
ongoing promotion.
I know one of the choices for next
Very
week is
logical.
between finding it in a cathedral city.
The
Reading
cathedral
Wheel,
city, yeah. Yeah.
or
Next time you open your baby bell, as you pull the cord, it will play a sentence from one of our podcasts.
exactly,
Yeah.
or a used condom.
I used condom.
Because
Yeah.
I'm always up for supporting second-hand shops.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. But
Fucking hell. Till next time, go on and do the